Hello, Geospace. I hope that this message finds you well. I am here to deliver your weekly agenda for the 27th of April, ending May 1st, which is Friday. Up to this week, we have transitioned from looking at climate change, to energy and energy sources. And in fact, that is the learning target that we actually looked at first last week, which is this. Students will be able to analyze and assess energy use locally, where we live, and as well as globally, and begin to formulate ideas about solutions for sustainability, or long-term using energy in the right ways, or in the best ways that we can devise. And so we're looking at energy. Last week you created your Instagram post looking at one renewable source and one non-renewable source, which hopefully gave you a little idea about at least two sources of energy that we use to generate electricity for society. This week, you're going to play a game called Energy City, where your entire goal is to understand how to manage and run a city for a long period of time, in this case 20 years. Okay, so the whole goal this week is to finish this Energy City assessment. In fact, that's what the only agenda item really is. Play and master the game, complete the assessment document, which I'm going to show you how to play the game quickly here in a moment, and then turn it in. So this is your document. The directions are simple. Play a 20-year game. That is kind of expert level. You probably want to play a couple 10-year games first to understand how it works before you kind of dive into the final test. But you want to show consistent growth in the last 10 years of your 20-year game on these different metrics, we'll call them. But energy diversity, right? Not just using one source of energy, but maybe using energy sources from a variety of places. Improvement in air quality, improvement in your environmental impact, let's say lessening your environmental impact, but also being able to manage a budget. Okay, and then to complete everything, you'll answer these discussion questions in complete sentences, and then you'll turn it in. So the game is found on this link. I'm going to run through how the game works, show you where your snippet tool images should go, but to finish the game completely, you have to take a snapshot right at year 20 of your game of these different metrics: energy, air quality, environmental impact, and your budget, and then talk about how you achieved your outcomes, how you won the game, and the decisions you made. That's the whole goal this week. So, Energy City. It's got sort of annoying music or sound, so I'm going to try and mute it as soon as I can. But all right, welcome to Energy City. You're going to be managing a city. Begin. All right, so in the directions, it says to choose any scenario. These are your scenarios. They're cities that you're going to manage, okay? Important notes on the different cities are the fact that they have a brief description. They tell you what you start with. In this case, a coal plant, 3 of them. This one has 2 coal plants. Beacon Plains has 2 coal plants, 1 oil plant. The energy details are important because it'll give you an idea of what is available and maybe a hint at a strategy of running the city. Wide variety of energy resources, okay? Great wind power opportunities, probably want to remember that, and revenue development. Let's play just a quick game, 10 years, normal. I urge you to test and just play yourself. That's the best way to learn how to play games, but for those that are better with direction, I'm skipping the tutorial. You can play it if you want. I'm muting it. So here is my Beacon Plains city. If I forgot that there were some hints, I can always click on the buildings and it'll tell me maybe some things that I could be using to better my chances, like wind. Over here on the right is your yearly energy necessity. You need to hit 100 of your energy to go to the next year. You get that energy by clicking on the plants or the sources of energy that you have. Okay, so in this case we have oil and those 2 coal plants. Notice if I click on them, my energy goes up. I need to get to 100 to move forward. So I'm just going to max those out for year 1. And here is I'm on year 1. To go to year 2, I hit this green button. But I need to make improvements on my city, and by doing that, I will hopefully improve and finish my assessment. And so down here, this little button, Beacon Plains Energy Strategies, is where I make my purchases. Couple notes, okay? If you run out of your money, you lose. So don't over purchase. I'll show that in a moment. If your energy or your environmental impact drops to 0, you lose. And if your air quality drops to 0, you also lose. So any of these hit 0, and you lose the game and you have to start over. Okay, so here are things that I can buy to improve my city. They're broken into categories, obviously non-renewable, my coal, my oil, my natural gas, my nuclear. Inexhaustible, renewable energy, wind, geothermal, solar. Then I can do conservation, trying to save money or be more efficient, right? Maybe do some residential planning or commercial planning. And then there's some other renewable resources down here, fuel cells and biofuels, okay? I urge you again to kind of mess around. It's different for each scenario as far as the strengths. I know, though, that I want to do some wind. So I'm going to buy wind. When I buy something, or when I click on something, notice up here my metrics will change, right? So my budget goes down, my environmental impact drops because I got to build stuff, right? Which is going to harm the environment for a little while. But overall, I'll get more energy. So buy some wind. Let's buy some more wind. Invest in geothermal. And I'll move to year 2. Every year, time you click that button, you're going to get these graphs. These are the graphs that after 19 or 20 years, you take a snapshot of. Okay, so for instance, if I got to year 19 or 20 in my actual assessment, I would click on each of these. I would do my snapshot tool. I'd snip it, copy and paste, and put it in the document. Okay, but I'm not going to do that now. All right, so continue. Year 2. Got some more money. I'm just going to play a little faster here. Got some random good environmental impact there. You'll have these stakeholders that if you do what they say, you get rewarded. If you don't, you get penalized. But you can also ignore what they say. So I usually read what they're going to do first. Could you investigate in fuel cell? Sure. Could I not invest in something that lowers air quality? Yeah, my goal from my assessment is to show growth in all of these. So yeah, I will agree not to invest in something that will drop air quality. So I have some money to spend. I told that woman I was going to do fuel cells, so I'll start investing in fuel cell technology. I'm going to start building my geothermal plant. My wind farm, I can't go to the next level. Notice that it takes time, years to build things, and so I can't always buy what I want yet. But I can start residential planning. And then I want to keep my eye on the budget because I don't want to get in trouble. So that'll be enough this year. Aren't ready. So I'm just going to have to max out another year of oil plants and coal, which I'm dangerously close to running out of money. I might accidentally lose. Oh my gosh. Wow. If I would have got to 0, I would have lost, but I made it. I got lucky. Still using all Stegosaurus fossils. My air quality is dropping. My environmental impact is like about flat. My money's not good. Almost ran out of money that last time. So forward, just updates. So now I have money, environmental impact. Okay, my winds are ready, so I can start making some energy with wind. My geothermal plant's still being built. I have to meet the rest with my non-renewables. I'm almost there. Build green rooftop, sure. Solar, sure. All right. don't have a lot of money, but I can do solar next year. So that's essentially how you make the game. A couple notes. Make sure that before you get to year 20, okay, so on your assessment, number 2, before you go to the final stage, even if you're in year 19, click on these graphs, take a screenshot, paste them into this graph or this table, talk about them, and then hit continue. Because if you go past too quickly, then you're going to have to go back and show your growth. But at this point, you can kind of see that I'm slowly starting to improve in my air quality, sort of improving in my environmental health. My energy is starting to diversify a little bit. Again, I urge you just kind of mess around and play a few times through, invest in different strategies, kind of experiment and learn. The whole purpose of this is learning about pros and cons to different sources of energy and how we use them to generate electricity. And it's different for different places in the world, right? If you live in a place that offers geothermal energy, that probably makes sense, to use it. But not every place has access to that. So part of this is just learning that. When you are done and you feel like you've shown growth, take your snapshots, do your discussion, answer these questions. That's all I have. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Again, with any questions, send me an email. But essentially this week, have fun playing a game and trying to master Energy City. I've played it quite a bit myself, and I have to say, it's kind of fun. So have a great week.